Let's bring in CBS News political correspondent Jan Crawford, who joins us from D.C. this morning. Jan, good morning.
Good morning, Chris.
The biggest takeaway from this poll here, there don't seem to be a lot of positives like I mentioned.
Oh, no. I mean, there are none. I mean, and there is a clear message from this poll. People are just sick of Washington and of Washington politicians. They're just fed up with everything. They're worried about where the country is going. Think about some of these numbers that we see in this poll. 70% of Americans say the country is on the wrong track. Now, that is up 20 points from when President Obama took office. Americans just think things are getting worse, not better.
Jan, in terms of being on the wrong track, the 70% that you mentioned there, what seems to be the main cause of frustrations for Americans?
Well, I mean, like you and Rebecca were just talking about, it's the economy. That is what people are most worried about. And between those rising gas prices, high deficits, unemployment, they just don't see things getting any better. But here's where the numbers, I think, in this poll get really interesting. Chip was talking about President Obama's overall approval ratings. Well, we asked voters specifically if they approved of how President Obama was handling the economy. 57% said no. That's his highest disapproval rating on the economy since he took office. That is potentially a real problem for the president because, as we know, the economy is going to be a key issue in next year's presidential elections, and a majority of the people, and by the way, those key independent voters, just don't like how he's handling it.
Jan, another question. Yesterday, Nevada Senator John Ensign abruptly resigned. He's been under investigation the greater part of the last 2 years, stemming from an affair with the top aide's wife and some subsequent hush money payments. Why this abrupt resignation now?
Well, it looks like the Senate Ethics Committee, which was investigating those payments, was just closing in on him. Last night, we saw the Democrat and Republican who lead that committee say in a statement that his decision to resign was appropriate. That's what they called it. So his resignation stops the committee's investigation. Now, the committee will probably still issue a public statement, outlining what they found. Although I have to say the way this unfolded suggests to me there's been some kind of plea deal between Ensign and the Ethics Committee. But Ensign, of course, still could face criminal charges.
All right, CBS's Jan Crawford for us this morning in Washington. Jan, thank you.